One person doesn't join the Canadian Forces because they want to do one thing. They join the Canadian Forces because it's a lifelong commitment. It's something that you do for the rest of your life type thing. I joined the Army to get rid of communists. I was actually in Germany when the Berlin Wall came down and they gave up. So my first posting, I actually accomplished what I meant to do when I joined the forces. I joined the forces because that was a bad thing in the world at the time. I wanted to do something about it. And communism was a problem back then, the big bad Russian boogeyman with his finger on the button. You know, we don't live under the same shroud of nuclear apocalypse that we did in the 80s. I liked living in different regions. I liked living with different people. I lived for a time in New Brunswick. It was fantastic in New Brunswick. They have a whole different mindset with their society and their life. Kitchen parties are so much more meaningful in New Brunswick than they are anywhere else in Canada. I spent over 5 years of my career completely out of Canada. I had a different opinion of Remembrance Day and why we do that. And then when I went to Bosnia, I come back a changed person. Despite it not being terrifically hazardous, and I couldn't have foreseen that we were going to have any sort of action in Afghanistan afterwards. I can tell you that the time between Bosnia and Afghanistan, that was 4 years, and in that time frame, I did a lot of thinking, we did a lot of living, we did a lot of things out of the way that we didn't think that we might be able to do afterwards. And then I went to Afghanistan, and I come back a completely changed person. So there was no illusion. There was a war being fought. I was going over there to do my job. The most life-changing thing that happened actually just happened on the 24th of September, and that's just gone past the anniversary of it. And that was when we were in a sustained attack and we lost Nathan Hornberg. He was killed in action not 20 feet away from me. Those things, you can't go through life without having something like that change you or affect you, or you're not the same person, and it's a very different place to be. So it's very easy to come back to this country, back to Canada, the greatest country in the world, and see how easy it is to live here. Out of all the stuff that I did overseas, that was what made it worthwhile, is coming back. Remembrance Day today means something different than what it does. And I go to schools around Remembrance Day and I speak to the kids because I never knew anybody before that had ever been killed or even affected slightly by the war. Any wars that we'd ever competed in, or peacekeeping or anything. So I flashed on the edge of my presentation, I showed them some pictures and I pointed out, these are the 12 guys that were killed on my rotation in Afghanistan. I said, now you know somebody, and I hope you guys will help me remember them. So Remembrance Day is different for me now because I know somebody to remember. I've lost buddies. I've got a personal contact with it. The memories I have before I went away is everything seemed a little bit slower. Everything seemed a little bit less stressful. Everything didn't need to be thought out or planned. Things were, you know, let's just diddly bop our way through life. And the big guy upstairs is going to take care of us. And he did, far and large. And then when you go away, you start thinking about other stuff. When you come back, you definitely start thinking about other stuff. And you place your priorities at different places.